Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm Dane Darling, as you'll see what's going on our lovely island Fawnhollow today, where you might, it's a weekend, but you might be able to tell from today's episode title is I am not doing Happy in Paradise customization, just for one more weekend, I apologise, but if anything you can think about that time, you know, I was on holiday and, you know, I did like 4 of those Happy in Paradises in a row. You can imagine those were spread out for this weekend, but I was like, I'm just not sure I want to commit to an extremely long, not extremely long, but, you know, a full-on, like, Happy in Paradise episode, because I did the test, recorded some on Mario, went, thought that was okay, did some Steven Sausage Roll, and I was like, I'm starting to, you know, feel the wear on my throat, so, you know, we're sticking with 20-minute ones for now. But anyway, hello everyone, right now in Fawnhallow at 6:02 PM on Saturday, October 8th, 2022. Yeah, so basically it's... My voice is almost better, my voice is almost back, my throat doesn't hurt or anything like that, but it is, you know, sort of still tiring, I suppose, to talk for a long time, so that's why I was like, maybe just one more weekend, and, you know, and I don't think anyone's really going to have any qualms about it. A lot of people, you know, especially people who do end up watching my videos, I was like, yeah, self-care, and I'm like, yes, self-care. So yeah, we're going to talk about, I don't really know what we're going to talk about, you know, but I don't, what I've been up to recently, I've been looking at new display tablets to buy, because I've had this, if you are very diligent and check exactly like the stuff I put in the description of the thumbnail art time lapses, you will note that I actually put the program and the hardware I use, and for every single one I think that's been uploaded on the channel, the first few are in Photoshop, and then I switched to Clip Studio Paint. I think that was Celeste one, and they've all been in they've all been in Clip Studio Paint since, basically because, you know, who wants to pay for an Adobe subscription when you can instead just have a one-off purchase of Clip Studio Paint. Fantastic. But anyway, I forgot what I was going to say, but I've been using this tablet, the Huion Q11K, for about 6 years now or something. And you might be like, what tablet do you use before that? You know, I think I've talked about this before, but, you know, bears reiterating the conversation, otherwise there's no context. Because I started digital art way when I was younger, but I didn't take it that seriously when I was much younger. Like, I started... I'm going to assume it was a little bit around GCSE time, or pre-GCSE time. I bought a very cheap monoprice tablet. I did very basic drawings. They're terrible. I don't even know where they are anymore. So I think I ordered them out on computer. I don't know where they've gone. So now, unfortunately, can't see them. I mean, at some point, I think it was the start of A-level. No, maybe it was university time. I can't remember. I decided to get an upgrade because I was like, you know, I want to actually start taking this a bit more seriously as a hobby. And this monoprice one, while it was great because I bought it for like £15 or something, is not very good. So I bought this Huion Q11K after a lot of deliberation. The time I bought it, I think it was around £60 because I think it was on sale. Maybe it was £80. I can't quite recall off the top of my head. And it served me well. It's a fantastic tablet. It's a fantastic entry level, probably on the higher end of graphic tablets. It's quite cheap as well compared to things like a lot of Wacom tablets. Of course, you are trading things from like, well, Wacom's got certainly quite a reputable brand. They've been in the business a long time. Huion's, you know, doing their best to sort of try and catch up and find their own sort of market in it. And their market is basically, you know, comparable quality, a lot cheaper. Obviously, you don't have the support necessarily of all the other Wacom products. And the range to choose from necessarily, but the Huion ones are pretty good, and I was looking to get an upgrade because I'm like, I want a display tablet. I want one with an actual screen now, so I can properly see what I'm working on, because I worked with these graphics tablets for quite a while. I mean, I speak as if I'm a professional. I'm not really, I guess technically I have made money from it, but I'm not a professional, you know, I'm not an industry professional. I'm just, you know, basically someone, a hobbyist who managed to monetize to a certain extent, and still pursue it as a hobby. But basically I'm just like, it's time for me to get a display tablet, you know, it's time for me to make that big upgrade, because it's been a long time. And, you know, if for any hobby you participate in, after you've done it for long enough, you're just like, it's time for me to get an upgrade. And I'm sure you have your own hobbies you participate in, maybe, I don't know, like fishing, maybe you do like running or that sort of thing. It's the same sort of thing, you know, when you have entry level sort of things to ease you into the hobby, to get used to it. Then you have like the amateurish sort of level where you're like, okay, I've been doing this a bit more now, I need to sort of think about a little bit more about one, but I'm not going to break the bank for it. And then you get, you know, I'm not going to say expert level yet, because I'm not quite there yet, but aspiring to be at expert level. where I'm like, okay, now I am actually taking this hobby a bit more seriously. I don't want to get like the top like industry standard quality thing, but I'm willing to spend a decent amount of money now on something which I use all the time and something I really care about, you know. So maybe you get the latest shoes or something, or one really like good pair of like brand of running shoes or something, and like equipment, I don't know, and a training regimen and equipment. Like I don't know, maybe if you're really serious about rowing, you actually like pick up a rowing machine, like a decent one, not like a homemade one which like churns water or something, like a proper like whatever the industry standard is, but like a cheap model, etc. And then for me and my digital art, I'm like, okay, well, I mean, there's not too many to choose on when you start getting into higher echelons, especially when you want a display tablet. This is like the big jump for me. I'm like, I get a Wacom one, I get a Crayon one, I can get an XP pen one, and basically, I've been more swayed towards the Wacom ones, even though they're a bit pricier. I'm just like, I like the comfort of having, you know, all these options open to me, you know, and the support that Wacom has. If I'm ever like, you know, I want to try and change different pens, I want to, you know, all these sort of good things that Wacom have, you know, the quality shows, I suppose, in the years of craftsmanship they got. But way on, I was like, you know, I'm still kind of swayed to Heron as well. I've been using this tablet for ages, and it's been fantastic. Like, I've got no qualms with it. You know, brand loyalty, and they've proven themselves. Why wouldn't I get one of the display ones? So I've basically been thinking back and forth, and, you know, kind of I was leaning towards, like, maybe I'll get a Wacom Cintiq 16 or something, but, you know, there's always, like, little qualms, because you don't really think about, you know, especially I talked to a friend, and they have a display tablet, and, like, one thing, make sure you definitely think about is the fact that, because now you've got your entire display, rather than just having a canvas size on your screen, you need to have room for all, like, the HUD and stuff of what you're drawing on. And what they do is they basically draw as if it draw without HUD or something. And that, you know, works with it, and then it's something, you know, you got to take into account. I'm like, does that work for me? And I'm like, I know I want a bigger one rather than a smaller one, because I've been thinking of this one, starting to feel like it's getting kind of small for me. Like when I draw on it, I'm like, oh, I just want a bit more room, or like, it's kind of annoying having to constantly sort of zoom in to quite get the sort of detail I want all the time, when it'd be just nice to just have a bigger screen, right, to work with in the first place. And it's like, I mean, you might not be interested at all in these display tablets or graphics tablets, but hopefully I'm at least making, you know, it's more like for me, it's self-indulgent, being able to talk about this out loud, being like, hey, you know, I'm just weighing up the pros and cons. But the biggest pro for Huion right now is not only is the price, is there's currently a sale going on for like the next couple of days. Hold on, let's move my screen so I can actually see when it's going on for. But I've narrowed it down. There's an autumn sale currently on, which I'm like, oh my god, up to 45% off. I'm not every tablet is obviously that big a discount, but the discounts are like £150 or ish or so, and I'm like, whoa, that is a big sale. Like, don't get me wrong. I forgot what I was going to say. I'm like, that really pushes things into Huion's direction, because now, you know, if I was going to buy like the Wacom Cintiq 16, I could now get a bigger one on Huion. I could get like the Huion 22 Pro or whatever. If I spent a little bit more, I could get the Canvas 24, which is an absolutely massive one, and definitely one which I'm not. If I get that, I won't need to upgrade for ages. Like, the only time I need to upgrade is if I want to upgrade to like the Wacom Pro like series, but that costs like $1,008, and it's like nearly £2,000 or something. So that's really like the final stage of the upgrade, which is, you know, when you're really like, okay, I need industry standard, which I don't even know if I'll ever get to be perfectly honest. So like whatever, but the autumn sale is on. It ends 13th, so 5 days. I don't have many days to make this decision, so I sort of just been evaluating, what do I want? I don't know. I mean, I've narrowed it down to the Canvas Pro 16 is sort of the cheapest of a bunch, £300. I mean, don't get me wrong, these are still very expensive things, but, you know, investments, you know, I have the money to be able to afford these, luckily. So, actually, now I think about it, technically, I'd probably feed them back in from commissions I do and that sort of thing. But Canvas Pro 16, it's pretty good. And, you know, what I need to do is, like, I was thinking about this, is that I need to get a piece of paper, basically draw on the sizes, so just so I can figure out exactly what sort of space I'm working with, how much it's in the first place. Well, Canvas Pro 16 versus the Cintiq 16. The Cintiq 16 is about £489, and Canvas Pro is about £311 right now, so that is about £170 different. If it wasn't on sale, I would go for the Cintiq, because not on sale, but Canvas Pro is £445, so it'd be like, pay £40 more, get the Wacom brand, and all the things that come along with it, yeah, that seems worth it to me. But saving, credit to the Huayon marketing team or the sales team, whatever, for what a fantastically well-timed sale for specifically me. Now, you might sway me to your products, Huayon. That is a big saving. Like 130 is nothing to sneeze at, And then comparing it now to the Wacom, like saving 170-ish pounds. That's huge. That's a huge amount. I don't even know what I'm doing. What missions are we even trying to do right now? Are there any? Hit rocks, grow trees, sell seashells. Okay, we could do those. I'm like, that's a big saving. And even then, like, if I spent about 150 more, instead of getting the Wacom Cintiq 16, I could get the Canvas 24. 24 is huge, but it's also like, it's a thing that people always say with digital artists, is that, the bigger, the better, the more space you have to work with, it's just convenient, it's easy, as long as you don't need portability and you've got, like, the desk space to work with it, bigger is better. I certainly got the desk space. I find I am increasingly running out of it, but I certainly have enough. Like, I could put, I put my display tablet probably here, and then this keyboard I'd have to bring, like, much more to the left side. So basically, this right screen here is, I don't even know what this right screen is going to be used for anymore, but I have the space for it, luckily. I'm going to have to move it. Another thing, I also need to get like a USB hub because I have too many things to plug into my computer now, USB wise. But still, there's a lot of stuff to work with. Actually, I think I was meant to check was actually, does my computer monitor have USB ports? Because that might be convenient. It's an old one now. It used to be the flavour of month, sort of the go-to recommendation for computer screens, but it's not anymore. It's an Asus one. I don't know what it's called. People don't really recommend it much anymore, but I wanted to get to the same one so I didn't have like uneven looking computer screens, because I bought this like back when it was the one that people recommended years and years and years ago. I have so many screens. I can basically have 3 screens because you can use a display tablet as the third screen. And it's just like I don't know what to do. Like 150 more, like obviously nothing to sneeze at, but 150 more for a massive upgrade. 8 more whole inches, I suppose, on the diagonal. That's crazy. That's crazy. And then it's just like, okay, what would be Wacom equivalent? Well, Wacom equivalent is 24-inch. That's way too expensive, is probably what I'd say. It's like 1,000 or something. I'm like, I can't afford that. But Wacom Cintiq 22, that's 775. That's like, okay, so I would be paying 120 more from the 24-inch to get a downgrade in size of the Wacom brand. Is that worth it? I don't know. If it's full price, if it's full price, actually the Cintiq is cheaper, so I'll be like, spring for the Cintiq. But now the Huayon's on sale, I'm just like, that seems like a good thing to do. The warranty's expensive though. I don't know if I'd get the warranty, and I don't know if that's just me being risky, but I tend to take pretty good care of my products. But again, of course, maybe I'll just get a faulty one. Then what do I do then? I'm out of money. I don't know. I don't know. You get a monitor arm as well. Don't know if I really need a monitor arm, to be perfectly honest. I might get like one of those stand things, but actually, do I have a stand? Accessories. Whatever's going on. I don't want a monitor arm. I want a foldable stand. £45. Well, I don't know if I need it. Color picker. What on earth? I have no idea what this is. Display screen protector. Tablet surface cover. I don't need an artist cover. They gave me one with a Q11K. Here we go. It's probably exactly the same one now. Look at it. Oh, the logo is even rubbed off. You can't even tell anymore. Costs £8 though. What on earth? Got a skeleton one. Oh, in fact, for Halloween, I don't really know. It's like, I don't know what to do. What do I do? Obviously, I'm comparing, and basically, I'm just looking at the videos, and most people are just sort of going like, yeah, okay, the Wacom one is better marginally, but you're sort of like splitting hairs at that point, and you really just got to decide for yourself, really, like which one you want better. I'm just like, I don't know. I'm talking myself into getting the Huayon one. I'm going to be perfectly honest, and it's probably what I might go to, because I don't think, well, I'm certainly good enough to, distinguish different features. I think between like, the difference between having a bigger tablet and a smaller tablet, and display tablet and graphics tablet. I don't think I'm going to be good enough to display to to notice the difference between, you know, using a Wacom, using a Huion, using an XP pen or something like that. So really, I should probably be a bit more, you know, talking about it logically. I should be a bit more motivated by a fiduciary cost. But still saying it, it's like, it's hard to think about in your mind, you know? Well, my brain is trying to apply the logic, but my heart is still, you know, speaking out, being like, oh, X, Y, Z. Shush, heart, you know? It's not your place to speak. This is a financial investment. Not something particularly motivated by the whims and whimsies of your emotion. I was like, I don't have OBS open, so I couldn't check if I'm muted. And I remembered I'm playing on Animal Crossing. I'm playing on the OBS window. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I just gotta watch more reviews and then just like figure out for me which one's the best. But I don't know. There's a lot of other things that I was like, I need to buy as well. I was like, I still need to buy like hair accessories. I still need to buy like new glasses frames, like that sort of thing. I only recently bought new contact lenses. One's actually Acuvue Oasis now, rather than like, you know, you might be like, why are you prompting Acuvue Oasis? It's more about the ones I'm using. I used to use Acuvue Moist. One day ones, because I don't wear contact lenses all that often. I only wear them like when I'm going out or that sort of thing. But like being able to actually have the Acuvue ones was something I took for granted, because they're really good for dry eyes. I had terribly dry eyes, and then they suddenly stopped doing my prescription in Acuvue Moist for one day prescriptions, and I was like, that sucks. I guess I'll try a different brand. I tried a different brand. They dry out way too quickly for me. Like, I can only wear them for like a couple of hours, like 4 hours max, before they become insanely difficult to get out my eye. So I'm just like, that's not worth it, you know. And then it turns out Acuvue Oasis, suddenly I've started doing my prescription, but in the 6-day contacts, I'm like, I can't go back, you know. Acuvue, you've got a lifetime customer for me, provided you don't massively mess things up. If anything, it's kind of a ball and chain, isn't it? Like, I can't feel free to experiment with other brands, because I'm just like, my eyes are too dry. I just literally can't. But anyway, that's fine, because, you know, Acuvue have done me no wrong. I don't know what I'm talking about, his contact lenses. Like, I don't know. Comparison shopping, I guess, is what this title of this episode is going to be. It's just hard, you know? It's especially hard when there's not a clear-cut winner. Or what to buy. Or because, like, there's strengths in either direction. But honestly, I think I've talked myself into it. I think I'm going to get the Huion. I don't know if I'm going to get the Canvas Pro, or if I'm going to get the Canvas 24. It's like double the price going from Pro 16 to up to 24, but it's like, I don't know, maybe it's worth it. Maybe it's worth it. I don't really know. Anyway, I'm going to round off this episode here, because I don't really have anything else conversationally to keep going with. But yeah, if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been Darling. Any likes, comments, discussion, shares, greatly appreciated. Join the Didarian, Twitter and Discord down below. Hope to see each other again. But for now, it's farewell. So until next time, bye bye for now. It's a bit of a short episode, but I don't know. I just got to make this decision. I've got to figure out what I'm doing.